Hey guys, I'm Glitter Valkyrie, and today we're going to pull on Summer Hero Fest. First of all, I want to acknowledge that this banner is absolutely bait, but I am taking the bait. I really do not want to pull on the pirate banner, and my Guinevere is actually almost plus 10, so we are going to make some poor decisions and try to plus 10 Guinevere today. So we will talk about this banner as we go along, but let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so my plan is to Senite blue today, but obviously we won't be able to always do that, and I really do think that red is a fantastic choice if we don't have any of our desired color. I think that Henriette is such a strong unit, and that save skill is absolutely broken, so if we don't have any blues, I think she's a fantastic choice. But I'd also like a couple of copies of Dedue, so green is really good too. And although I do love Flame, I don't necessarily need more copies, so we'll probably try and stay away from colorless today. And we get an Oscar. All right. But I did want to talk a little bit about Guinevere and why I am doing this. And she's kind of sort of an accidental almost plus 10 for me. She came home a couple of times on her debut banner, and for some reason when I free pull 5 stars in blue or I get a pity breaker, a lot of times it's her. And I only need like 3 to get her to plus 10 now. And I figure this might be a good opportunity. So I'm really hoping that she comes home very quickly and we can save a little bit more for CYL, but I definitely don't want to spend all of my orbs on this. I do plan on skipping the pirate banner because I really don't care for most of the characters on that banner, and I don't know, I just am a little bit more interested in this. So I guess that kind of covers why I'm making these poor decisions. And we can go ahead and answer some viewer questions. And as always, if I did not get to your question, I am so sorry. I will try to answer it in a future one. And if you think of a question that you'd like to ask me, you can just leave it in the comments with #question, and I will put your question on my list. So our first question today comes from the Wild Carrot, and they ask, do you regret giving any skills or getting rid of any units for La Rochelle? This is probably not very surprising, but I do not regret a single thing that I have done for all of my La Rochelles. I don't regret a single unit or a single feather that I've spent on her, because she's truly one of my favorites, and really this is why I advocate for spending on your favorites, because they will always withstand the test of time, and even if I don't use a certain skill or a certain build on her anymore, I don't regret it because she's worth it. And this is a little bit related, but with the Hall of Forms that we have coming up, Halloween La Rochelle is there. And although this is a terrible idea for most people, I might try and make mine plus 11 and take a forma of her if I can get some good skills. Because if I can get like a catch and a menace and a trace for her, I feel like it would be worth it. So I know this was very long-winded, but no, I do not regret a single thing for all of my La Rochelles. But thank you for that great question. And the next one that we have today comes from Camila Fuentes, and they ask, who is your most S-supported character in Awakening, Fates, and Three Houses? I am really a super boring person, and I almost always S-support the same characters. So for Awakening, it is always Crom. It has never been anyone else. For Fates, other than Birthright, it is always Xander. The one time I did play Birthright, it was Shigure. In my defense, I did not know about the family tree. But in every other instance, it is always Xander. And then for Three Houses, every time that I am able to, I always support Claude. Probably not very surprising. But thank you for that great question. And the next one that we have today comes from Douglas Stewart. And they ask, I remember hearing you say that clerics are your favorite class in Fire Emblem. What makes you like the class as a whole? So I am someone who has always been a healer main. I just always gravitate towards support characters. If I'm doing anything multiplayer, I am more than happy to do the job that like the whole team needs and play a support. It's just something that I enjoy. So that's always been a plus for me with the cleric class, but a lot of it is due to my first experience with Fire Emblem with FE7. Sarah was the first cleric that I met, so I instantly loved her, and I am a person that always had to reset if I lost a character, because I just couldn't let those characters go with permadeath. So clerics were a way to kind of avoid some of those resets and having to do a chapter over again. So I always felt that there was so much value with that class. And then when you promote them, they can actually be useful in combat as well. So I love that they're multi-purpose. I feel like they almost always have really good designs. And so for all those reasons, that's why I love clerics. But thank you for that great question. And the next one that we have today comes from James F. And they ask, which seasonal refines would you most want to see added to Fae in the future? So the difficult thing with this for me is that all the seasonals that I want to get better weapons are those who do not have PRFs, like Halloween La Rochelle and Dancing Xander and Bride Ninian. So those are really the big ones for me. It's not going to happen. But characters that do have PRFs that I would love to see would be Winter Ephraim is a big one, Halloween Myrrh, and I probably will end up using a Forma on her as well, and probably also Axura. I know there are more than one, but the first Azura with an axe that we got, I feel like she deserves it. But thank you for that great question. And I also want to apologize. I feel like I am losing my voice. If you've not seen my last video, I was sick during that video, and I'm getting a lot better, but my voice is still nowhere near normal, so I apologize. But we can go ahead and answer another one, and this comes from Erica Stokes. And they ask, what in your opinion makes a well-written character? And who in the Fire Emblem series do you consider to be the best written personally? Okay, so there are a lot of things that I take into consideration for a well-written character, but I think the first thing is that they have to stand out in a large cast of characters. And in addition to that, they also can't be one note. And I feel like a pretty good example of this would be someone like Hilda, who, yes, she is a lazy character who does not want to do anything, but she's also more than that. She's someone who's very capable, and she can actually be very, very thoughtful and helpful to other people if she wants to be. So I think that that's very important when writing a character. Oh my gosh! We got Guinevere. I am so happy to see her. That's amazing. Okay, let's check IVs. And she is plus res. So I actually need your guys' help because I have a plus attack and a plus speed Guinevere that I have not merged together yet because I don't know which is better. So if you want to tell me in the comments what to do, that would be super helpful because I have no clue. But getting back to this lucky question from Erica, characters that stand out but aren't one note are a big thing for me. But the other thing that I want to see is growth throughout a game. And I feel like the best written character in this regard is Marianne from Three Houses. And that's because, yes, she is a shy and reclusive character, but she is also so much more than that. She's a character that starts out really not having much direction in life, but throughout the course of the game, she grows and she blossoms and she finds her place in the world. And Ephraim, oh my goodness, it's Ephraim. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited to see him. He is like one of the best 4-star specials for me. Okay, let's check IVs. And he is plus res. I am super happy with that. And I think he probably came home because Erica asked this question. But to finish up your question, Erica, I feel like Marianne is a very well-written character because she's not one note. She grows throughout the course of the game so much. And she also has some amazing supports. So really, those are all the things that I look for in writing for a character. But again, thank you for that super lucky question. So we can go ahead and answer another one. And this comes from Erosama. And they ask, would you be interested in doing a one-off video on rolling for Genshin characters? So I have thought about doing this. There are a couple of issues with it for me. The first thing is that I don't super love rolling in Genshin because the rates are kind of, and also I don't feel like it's very visually interesting. Like you press a button. Oh my gosh. I think this is the first Tatiana that I've actually gotten, so that's super amazing. But getting back to this question from Erosama, I don't know if it's very visually appealing to just like press a button and get like 9 weapons and 1 4-star character. But if I have like the 50-50 active for a character where I don't know if I'm going to get my character of choice or one of the like regular 5 stars, maybe I could do that to make it a little bit more exciting. Or if Toma is on a banner that's decent, I would love to roll for him too, because he has quickly become one of my favorites. I absolutely love him. So if his banner is decent, coming up in Genshin, maybe we could do something for that. I will be honest, I am very afraid to make Genshin content because I am a Fire Emblem channel, but if enough of you want to see it, I will record something for that. But thank you for that great question. And the next one that we have today comes from Fallen Red Kid, and this is a rapid fire round, and I love doing these. So we'll go ahead and get started. Leaf or Thracier? I would say Leaf. Indoors or outdoors? Probably indoors unless there is a beach involved, then definitely outdoors. Felicia or Jacob? Definitely Felicia. Cats or dogs? Well, I love them both, but cats just a little bit more. Then Tomnik or Isabel? Probably Isabel. Shoes or sandals / flip-flops? Well, I do love cute heels, but I love the comfort of flip-flops, so flip-flops. And then Ninian or Nils? Oh gosh, this is another case where I love them both, but probably Ninian because she's one of my all-time favorites from FE7. Then Pokemon Brilliant Diamond or Pokemon Shining Pearl? Oh my gosh. We got another Guinevere. Oh gosh, that's amazing. Okay, let's check this one. And she is plus HP. I am more than happy with that. So let's go ahead and maybe finish up the circle and then we'll stop because I do want to save a little bit for CYL. So getting back to the rapid fire round, I would say Pokemon Diamond over Pearl. And then Young Tiki or Adult Tiki? Well, I do love them both, but I think that Young Tiki is super cute, so probably Young Tiki. And then Shulk or Rex? This is another case where I adore them both, but I'd have to say Rex just because I loved his optimism and he's a character that really resonated with me, so definitely Rex. Oh my gosh. We got Henriette. That is a very, very lucky circle. My goodness. Okay, let's check IVs. And she is plus HP. I will absolutely take that. And let's finish up with this last red, but thank you for that super lucky rapid fire round, Fallen Red Kid. Okay, 3-star. And we end with a null. That's totally fine. So we will stop here. We did get 2 Guineveres, which I'm super happy about, along with some other great units too. I do hope that your tickets bring you everything that you were looking for, and if you are summoning on the Pirate Banner, I wish you the best of luck with that as well. So as always, thanks so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.